Hey everybody, it's time with Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold on Flavor. This week we're going to do chicken enchiladas in a verde sauce. Very simple to put together. And also, I've been complaining the last couple of chicken dishes. I got to make some chicken stock. So we're going to do that. And that way we get the chicken stock. We're going to use the chicken for the chicken enchiladas. So really a dual purpose dish. And I'm going to show you how to make the verde sauce. I made it before. I'll make it again. If you need to get it from a jar, get it from a jar. But if you can make it from scratch, it's super simple. And I'm going to go through that again as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to get our chicken stock going. And when I first walked into the supermarket, the first thing I saw was some fresh ears of corn. So here's the prep on that. That's all you need to do. Putting that in the chicken stock because that's going to infuse it with all the chicken flavor. All right. Celery. Make sure you wash your celery. Celery is a very dirty vegetable. Because what happens is all the dirt settles in the base as it grows. There's no way to wash it out when it's whole. All right. Doing this with a puppy should be interesting. I'm going to give him a carrot in a second. We'll see how he does with that. All right. Rough cuts. Do not need that piece. That'll be a little too bitter. Okay, carrots. Yesterday we gave the puppy some peas and carrots, and he loved them. Let's see how he does today. Gunner. All right, let's see how he does. What I've said previously with chicken stock still pertains. Whatever you have an abundance of, you want to use up. So serrano peppers for my salsa verde, I don't need a package. I need like a couple. So what I'm going to do, take some of those chilies. Again, you want to give them a quick rinse. Just pop them off. I'm leaving the stems in because I'm not going to cut them up more than that. Throw those in. I'm going to need some of this red onion, so okay, I got some red onion, garlic, I got some nice roasters here. I think they were a pretty good price. Let's see. Yeah, $1.32 a pound. That's not bad. Now, if you want to use a particular type of chicken, meaning just thighs or legs or breasts for making your chicken stock, that's fine. That's fine. Just figure You know, what I love about when you use the whole chicken breast, you get the best of both worlds, right? You get the tenderness, the white meat, and I'll be honest with you, the dark meat holds up better when you're baking a longer dish. And I think the dark meat, well, I know the dark meat has more flavor. It's because the dark meat has to work harder. That's where the muscle is. White meat is on the breast. It does the least amount of work of the body. Now what you're basically doing, you're just breaking down your chicken, right? Just throw it in the pot. You're looking for the joint there. And go to the thighs. There's a chicken breast. This is a nice size chicken breast. Let's look at that. So the only thing I need in here is salt and pepper. Now, what I learned from this creator, which I agree with, and I don't normally do this. Normally, I'll just get the roaster cooked, or I was going to cook the roaster anyway, but I was going to bake it. He said that his enchiladas, you know, they go in the oven for like an hour. So what happens is if you start with the rotisserie chicken, it's usually it's too dry. So that makes sense to me. So by cooking the chicken stock, the chicken will be nice and moist. Won't be dry at all. So I have been known to poach the chicken breasts off of this, but I need the chicken for the enchiladas. So when I'm making stock, that is. Just like the first part with the chicken stock, what I love about this dish is I don't have to be delicate. This isn't fine knife work. This is just cut it up. So the tomatillos, I gotta clean those, right? So just so you know, I'll show you. They come all wrapped up in these neat little packages. I gotta find one's open. Here's one, right? So when you take the leaves off, the outer leaves, this can be a little tacky, so you have to wash those, right? So actually, that's what I'm going to do. Let me wash those first, and I'll get those cut up. Okay, so basically, you're just cutting these in half. That's fine. And then I like to put them, the part that I cut, the exposed side down. Cover them with olive oil or avocado oil. And I have some serrano peppers, onion, garlic. And that's about it. And then that mixes up with some of our chicken stock and cilantro. So again, very simple to do. So you want to do about 2 pounds of these. Now, the last time I made this was very mild. So I'm going to leave the seeds in with the jalapenos before I took them out. I understand if you don't have access to the ingredients wherever you are. That's why, you know, yeah, I'd use a jar, no doubt about it. But I don't have to, so I'm using fresh vegetables. Okay, once I peel this clove of garlic, a little bit of avocado. I'm going to use avocado oil. Here's the bulk of what's going in my salsa verde. So that just came out of the oven. Again, we'll let that cool down, then it all goes into the blender. With some cilantro and some chicken broth. Here is my chicken broth. The chicken's been cooking. The corn's done, obviously. I took a temp on the chicken. It's definitely over 165, so we're good there. We'll let that cool a little bit, and then we just got to start scooping stuff out and separating it. the chicken, obviously, and then the corn that we're going to use for the enchilada. I took my roasted vegetables and I'm just going to pull from my chicken stock. I'm going to go down, give it a little stir because I got all that fat right at the top. I don't think I need much here. Maybe a ladle and a half. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure the cilantro can go in whole, but you do want to wash it. Unlike other herbs, you can take it and snap it off there. All right, let's give this a blend. Okay, that looks really good. I'm going to thin it out just a little bit, but it's not for any other reason than one, I just need to make sure I have enough sauce. But if I was making salsa, that would have been perfect. There you go. That looks great. Okay, so that's done. All right, now it's a little bit of a fishing expedition. So we want to obviously take our corn out. Now the other thing I'll do is I will take off a layer of fat off of the top. I'm going to put the chicken stock aside for a minute. So we're going to want to, I've left this cream cheese out. You want it nice and soft because you want it spreadable. All right, so 1 block of cream cheese. Throw your chunks of chicken in. Now, just your chicken right now. There's going to be things that I want to put in this mix that I don't want crushed, like the corn's going to go in here. So that I'll have to hand stir in. Probably going to make chicken salad out of the rest of the chicken here. And then I just want to incorporate everything I have here. Just want to put some on underneath, on the bottom. I have a favorite child, but this salsa is delicious. So just spread it around. So tuck in the ends. And then you roll it up. And then you lay it in the salt, in the sauce there, like that. Pour in the sauce on top. Hey everybody, it's time with Wayfinder Really, your host for Sold On Flavor. This week, chicken enchiladas and a Salsa Verde. This is excellent. A meal to be shared with a friend in your new home. If I can be of assistance, please don't hesitate to give me a call. If you want to talk about relocation, talk about the future, whether it's here or somewhere else, I'm always up for the call. Till next week, take care.